Republicans for Trump podcast.
Oh my god. What's that supposed to be?
MAGA.
Yeah. In case you were wondering what you're tuned into.
I don't like DEIs either.
Yeah, we were pro segregation before they even brought it up. We've been trying to do that for a minute.
Yeah, I've been trying to kick Kanye West out of the black people community for a long time now. So
he's a big Kanye West fan.
Oh yeah. Have you heard his new album, guys? You heard what he rhymed Hitler with?
Oh my god,
you didn't know.
Welcome back to the Hard R podcast. Guys, welcome back to the OTD podcast. You know, the crew is here. Not all of the crew. Young Lolita is out. She got some plans. She's doing some things today, but however, we're gonna ride on for her, and she will be back next week. The King will be back, guys.
Salute.
But of course, we got young Black Tim Cook in the building. Of course,
sponsor me, Apple.
Exactly.
There you go.
Young Jesusito's in the building, of course, guys. Mm-hmm. And I'm your boy, PS Angel Baby. Pretty sweet. Let's go. We're happy to be back. I'm not gonna lie to you. We did take a week off. Like, niggas had a life. Niggas was doing shit, dude.
Yeah, boy was on a cruise. Boy went to Mexico. Boy went to Bahamas. Ooh. Boy went to Honduras. But let's keep it a buck. I never really got off the boat, so I didn't really go anywhere.
Well, but I like it. Rolling your
They
R's.
wouldn't let him back. He was scared.
Oh yeah.
Let him back.
Right. Because you never know, man. I got. But honestly, if I didn't come back, I've been like, well, at least I don't have to pay my student loans. It's whatever, bro. You can keep that. But yeah, Josecito, I can roll my R's for all y'all Spanish women out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm cultured.
That's the first rule of Spanish.
Right.
Roll your R's. Yeah.
Did you learn that on the boat?
I learned that from Ruskin.
Like where did you learn
that? You know.
Yeah.
Culture.
And of course, our boy Jesus, he was out. He was on tour. He was with a band last week. Jesus, who'd you go see?
Oh, I went to see the Deftones last Thursday in Orlando. Yeah, they're one of my favorites. I've seen them a few times, but I've never missed a chance to do it again because they're crazy good live. And,
I would love to see them.
Yeah, they're really awesome. Good. They're really good. They're really good. A lot of energy. The crowd was amazing, but yeah.
Damn.
It was, and I love Orlando. I mean, any excuse I have to go down there, I love it.
Yeah, you was in Jeremy's town. He runs that.
Did you check in? Did you come to Altamont and check in? Just to make sure you don't get jumped out there.
Oh my god, that's so crazy. Yeah, no, we definitely had a lot going on last week, but we're super happy to be back, and I feel like we got lots to kind of deep dive and
unpack. Yes, sir.
Much like the luggage from Jeremy's cruise. But first thing we want to talk about is some of these best picture wins, Jesus.
Oh yeah. I was going to show you guys. Well, so you know, a couple weeks ago were the Oscars, the Academy Awards. Anora, this supposedly independent film that's really good. I've seen it actually. It's a really good one. Won the Oscars for Best Picture, but I found something interesting while browsing the web the other day. Because I knew it because I've been to film school, and something we always talk about is like
film school.
Yeah.
Talk your shit.
Yeah, there's film school down there. I mean, there's at least one everywhere, I guess. Oh, there should be at least, because it's really cool. I mean, all of you do at film school is watch a lot of films, which I think is the best thing you can do, because everything else, it's practice. It's what you do out there, the real world.
Mm.
But
Okay.
one of the things we would discuss a lot is how much it would cost to get on the awards, and how much it would cost to actually win. Because I don't know if you think of it, most of these awards, like not even the Oscars, but the Grammys and all of that, they're politics at the end of the day. So you gotta, you gotta do you gotta invest, you gotta have your budget, not only for making the actual movie, but for spending in marketing and like getting it in front of people. Because for the Oscars, at least the ones who both are the members of the Academy, and for them to vote for you, they gotta see your picture, they gotta like you and stuff like that. So I found this video online, and they were talking about some of the budgets of the latest movies that have won Best Picture, and I thought it was interesting because at the end of the day, you would think it's like the talent that matters the most, but not really.
Of course.
Let me. Oh, wait a second. Let me share this with you so we can all see it. We can all see it. We can all see some budgets. So, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
And you let me know if you can. You let me know if you can hear it. Anora, the film that won, is with Mikey Madison. And here we go.
Picture. The man behind Honora's campaign just revealed how much they spent. It's no secret that it takes a lot of money to win Best Picture, and I'm not talking about the cash spent making the actual movie. I'm talking about the award season campaign that includes media buys, for your consideration ads, getting screeners in front of voters, talent, promotional tours, and a whole lot more. And on Monday's episode of the Town podcast, Tom Quinn, the CEO of Neon, the company that distributed Honora, revealed that they spent about $18 million on Honora's award season push. Honora itself only cost $6 million to make, by the way. Quinn admitted that spending $18 million was a big bet, but Neon saw the movie's potential to go all the way. And they, quote, wanted to do everything they possibly could to live up to it. Part of Neon's campaign was sending out DVD screeners of Honora to award season voters. These days, most studios will just make digital screeners available to people. But Quinn says Neon spent the extra money to send out discs because it's an opportunity to position the film. He says having a DVD case with the movie's artwork front and center is, quote, another enticement to get people to sit down to watch your movie. Quinn says it also showed that they care. Quote, we absolutely care. Neon also distributed Parasite and drove its award season run, spending $20 million getting that movie to Best Picture. So next year, definitely keep an eye on what Neon is doing.
That makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, this is about one production company alone, but this is what happens every time, and it's like it's not crazy it's not crazy that something like this happens. I mean, they spend 3 times the worth of the actually making the movie, which is crazy. But
it makes sense. It makes sense because if you think about it like from a different perspective, like if I think about it from like the music industry's perspective, and if you look at like somebody like a Tyler the Creator or whatever, right? And they're like, if they spend 100 hours making an album, like they're gonna spend 300, 400, 500 hours promoting it.
Yeah, and that's money too.
Yeah, exactly, right? My only thing, and here's where I'm like, so $18 million to win an award. How much do I get for the award? Like what? Like after a while, like what's the purpose? Like,
they're not. Yeah, I mean, they're not talking about. They're not talking about how much money the movie made. I mean, that's a different topic.
That's a different thing. Yeah, but like the 18 that I'm spending just to win.
It's for the award season. Yeah, that's crazy. And I think the 18 million. It's only for the Oscars, like only for the Academy Awards. And Honora has been in a bunch of other different.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But do you win money when you get an Oscar, or is it just the notoriety?
I don't think
have an Oscar.
I don't think you do, but it's like the biggest award in Hollywood.
Is the trophy even real?
I'm keeping my money.
Is it real gold?
I think it is, and you get to keep it,
I don't know if it's real like gold. It's probably gold plated.
I'm about to look that up.
Yeah, see it because I'm like 18 million is crazy.
Fun fact,
6 million.
It is. I mean, for a production company might not be that much, but it's still a lot of money. A lot of money considering how much the actual movie cost.
What
And
to your point is this? To your point is this. Check me out.
Oh,
6
right.
million on the movie, right?
Yeah.
Then you're doing the actual like marketing to get it in front of as much people, right? Then
Yeah.
you got multiple awards, not just the
Yeah.
Oscar, like you're saying, right? So let's say
Right.
6 million. Then you have the advertisings for marketing it, which you probably spent, let's say, another 20, 30 million on, right?
Yeah.
Then let's say 30 million. So now we're at 36 million spent on it, right? Then you have multiple other ones. Maybe the Oscars are the most important, but let's say like 3 others. You got another 10 million each, you know, for whatever awards you can get. So now you're looking at 66 million.
Yeah.
Then you're looking at the 18 for Nora, and you definitely have to make your money back on the box office and wherever.
Yeah.
else.
And then some.
And
Yeah.
then some.
That's
But
true.
like for the award, it's crazy
Yeah.
work.
Right. And fun fact, the Oscars is not real gold, it's solid bronze, gold plated, 24 karat.
Exactly.
So you can probably go buy that. You can actually go buy an Oscar.
You can buy the Oscars. Okay,
Yeah.
here's my
It-
thing, Jesus. We
should be
make
able
our
to
own
get it.
Oscars.
Yeah.
We make our own Oscars. We take a bunch of movies
We should do
Ooh.
that. We should do it. Yeah, we should do it.
and we're sending them Oscars. We're sending them Oscars. Personally, we get their mail. We like, hey, you wanna OTDE, you know?
OTD! Oh! OTDE! Here, you run an OTDE. People would be like, ew, I don't want that.
Yeah, right. That sounds like something you will want to get tested for.
Right.
To the
Oh,
doctor.
I got the OTDEE. Mm-mm. You can keep that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that'll be really cool to do. I mean, eventually we'll get big enough for people to start like spending on in getting their movies in front of us.
Listen to me, to the people out there.
You want me to watch your movie?
Yes, send me $18 million.
Yeah.
I will watch your film. And
No.
I'll give you an award.
I'm undercutting the competition. $500. I'll watch your film, and I won't give you an award, but I will give you some criticism.
We'll give you some critiques. $500 gets you the critique. 18 million gets you an award. You heard him?
Mm-hmm.
24 karat gold plated.
Mm-hmm.
That's worth 18 mil. That's worth
Right.
18 mil.
If you give me $100, I'll watch it and just spread the word.
On top of that, Jesus went to film school.
You're right. He
That's
knows what he's
true.
talking
That's
about.
true.
It's
That's
not
true.
niggas who don't know what they're talking about.
Yes.
It's not like we only watch Marvel
Yeah.
movies. We
Right.
in this bitch. We're
Like, have you ever heard of Guillermo del Toro? Yeah, that's the third brother right there. That's him.
But yeah, this is all crazy. I mean, this is politics, like everything. But I would say, I mean, getting an award, like an Academy Award, definitely like open more doors for you as an actor, as a director, and as a production company per se. I'm sure after this they'll get more contracts and stuff. So it's an investment.
The production company, yes, but for the actors, you don't
Right.
really
Yeah.
get an
They do that
Oscar
too.
if
I
the
mean,
movie wins.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
the
if
movie won
you're
Best Picture, but, like,
if you're the actor from the Academy Award winner movie, you'll definitely get more work after that.
Also, how do I enjoy
You get more
the Academy
exposed and
Awards?
everything.
I would love to be getting DVDs from A24 and all them niggas being like, please vote for
I
us.
I believe you gotta be like in. I mean, you gotta be working in the industry for a while and then join the union or something, because it's like different departments that vote for different categories. So, for instance, all of the editors vote for like the movies that will go to best editing. You know, all of the DPs vote for like the best photography. All of the producers do the best movie. But once they choose the movies that are like that are gonna go for each category, then everybody votes for the like the final winners. But you gotta be like in that group, like working in the industry, and I think you're gonna be part of a union or something like.
It sounds like you trying to get me in trouble with MAGA because now you want me to join unions. That's
Oh my
crazy
God.
work.
But it's like I don't know. I don't know.
Crazy work.
I don't know if it's called a union or what, but I don't know when you see a movie and you see, like, for instance, edited by, and there's a guy name, and then he says ACE. or it's same thing with like DPs, like some guy, and then there's like this letters after it. I believe those are unions, or those are like, I don't know, but there's you gotta be like part of that thing in the industry, and
Ooh.
and of course it's very old, and and there's a lot of politics and stuff. So yeah.
A's was trying to get us to join a union. That's all I heard.
No, buddy. Oh, this is America. We don't want you to join any unions.
America, we want Michael Bay movies. Explosions.
Explosions. Exactly. That's all we care about. That's all we care about. That's all we care about. Speaking of all we care about, I just want to transition real quick and talk. If you guys haven't paid your student loans, get up to it, buddy. Get up to it. Because now the student loans, according to Donald J. Trump, God and Savior, Mr. America, Captain America, Homelander, Darkest Timeline, Thunderbolt Ross.
God and Savior.
Those are just jokes, guys. Just jokes. God, no.
Thanks for tuning in to the Young Republicans from MAGA podcast. I'm telling you, Young Republicans from MAGA podcast. We're here, bro. Where's my red hat?
Yeah, I know, right? Need my hat now. Because your boy Donald Trump is dismantling. Well, he signed an executive order to dismantle the Department of Education. Woo! Yay! Everybody's getting fucking stupid. If you guys haven't noticed and seen it, I'm gonna go ahead and share the quick little presentation the Orange Savior did.
Education is bad. I don't like it, and there's a department for it, and that's just not right. Nobody goes to a department for education. You go there for slacks and shirts. Department stores.
Oh, he probably thinks it is a department store. You're right, because he thought asylum seekers were people from insane asylum. Which was like, oh, that's not how asylum seekers are. But anyways, here it is.
I do want to say that I've decided that the SBA, the Small Business Administration, headed by Kelly Loeffler, is a terrific person, will handle all of the student loan portfolio. We have a portfolio that's very large, lots of loans.
I'm not going to lie, I'm pausing right here real quick. I hate this man's pickle nose. Like that pickle, that old white man pickle nose thing.
Not the hair, not the skin, not the...
I'm going to pass the hair. He's old. I'm going to pass the skin. He's white. But that nose, man, that's all you, bro. That's a you thing.
Tens of thousands of loans. Pretty complicated deal. And that's coming out of the Department of Education immediately, and it's going to be headed up by Kelly Loeffler at SBA, and they're all set for it. They're waiting for it, and it'll be serviced much better than it has in the past. It's been a mess. And also, Bobby Kennedy, the Health and Human Services, will be handling special needs and all of the nutrition programs and everything else. Rather complex, but that's going to be headed by and handled by Health and Human Services. So I think that'll work out very well.
The guy with special needs is going to help other kids with special needs. Well, it's just like, I don't know how they're going to work.
Those two elements will be taken out of the Department of Education, and then all we have to do is get the students to get guidance from the people that love them and cherish them, including their parents, by the way, who will be totally involved in their education along with the boards and the governors and the states. And it's going to be a great situation. I guarantee that in a few years from now, I hope I'm going to be around to see it.
Oh, boy.
But I think we're going to see a lot of it. I think that you're going to have tremendous results. You're going to have results like Norway, Sweden, Denmark, a lot of the countries that do so well. I think you're going to have a lot of those results. If you look at Iowa and Indiana and Idaho, so many places that run so well. Wow. Florida, Texas, big ones. You're going to have great education, much better than it is now at half the cost. And we're not even doing it as a cost item, although you will save probably half, maybe more than that. And you're not going to be at the bottom of the list. You're going to be much higher. And maybe you'll be, I will guarantee some of the states will be at the top of the list. They'll be comparable or better than these number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right, let's stop this man talking because this man is talking a whole bunch of mess right there. He said Florida, Texas, Ohio got great education. Ohio, the city, the state that has Cleveland, Idaho. Who lives there? 3 black people and 2 Mexicans? Wow. Can't believe that. Anyways, what that really just means, all that spewing, is that he is dismantling the Department of Education, and in that, he is moving everybody's loans to the SBA. If you don't know what SBA is, during the COVID, they was handing out free loans to all small business owners, which I took a part of because I was a small business owner at the time. I was cutting grass. Government, if you hear me, I was cutting grass. But, yes, as... Yes! The I was cutting grass. Hey, they gave me my 1,000. That's all I gotta say. Anyways, SBA is a Small Business Administration. Now, what that means is there's about $1.6 trillion worth of loans and over 100 million Americans that actually have student loans. So what they're planning to do is move all those accounts under a new administration. If anybody ever worked in corporate America, that's going to be a hell of a clusterfuck. Keeping track of all millions of these accounts, the payments.
Doge can do it. They'll do it.
Matter of fact, just lose mine. Lose my account. If they could just lose my account, I'm Gucci right now. But in that, if you didn't know, he's also eliminating diversity incentives, of course, DEI programs for the education department, meaning if you are talking about slavery or anything that is not about how America is great, you're going to be losing college incentives. They're also going to be removing federal protections. And
college incentives went out the window when niggas couldn't get jobs with the degrees they went to college for.
Yes. Yes, America.
Already.
It's all in the same thing. So just keep in mind, if you guys aren't caught up on your student loans, just keep in mind there's a lot of big old fuckery going on here. So everybody knows that if you're paying anything on installment plans, that there could be any kind of misinformation or the incorrect calculation of your loans. Everybody, just make sure you are on top of your loans because the government ain't playing with you, man. They are going to collect that.
Here's what I'm gonna say. I'm glad you brought this up because I was talking to a friend of mine this past week and I was like, you know what, bro? I'm running for office. I'm not running for president, but I am running for office. We'll get to president eventually, but I don't even know what office I'm running for. But you know, Casey 2026, vote for me so you don't get fucked over. And here's my plan to make sure that this process runs smooth and that every American who has a student loan actually benefits from having a student loan. The SBA should reinitiate the student loans as actual business loans and just give them back out again, right? Like if you got 50 grand and student loan debt, I'm going to give it to you as a small business loan. Now you have a way to start a small business and you can actually give me my money back without me having to go through and grab your paychecks and all that shit.
Whoa,
we're going to make America great again.
I like that idea. So you're telling me if I have a loan for $50,000 already...
Whoa. Before you ask the question, do I have your vote, sir?
Sure, yeah, my vote. Yes. Yes.
My guy. But go on. What's your question?
So if I have a $50,000 loan, student loan, I can take out another $50,000 and use that $50,000 to start a small business?
So here's the thing about money. It's made up. Numbers on the computer.
Fair enough.
So what I'm going to do is, as the head of SBA for Florida, let's just start there. That's where I'm going to start. That's my official position. It's 2026. Vote for me. What we're going to do is we're going to take that 50 grand. It's gone. David Blaine. It's gone, right?
Okay.
What we're going to do is give you now 50 grand to start the small business. Because we want our money back eventually, but going in your pockets when you barely got a job that you barely got with your degree, you probably don't have the same with your degree. So now you have 50 grand to start that small business because technically student loans are just business loans wrapped up in whatever the fuck, right? So
right.
Now, if you went for I don't know, psychology, whatever. Start your own practice. Start your private practice. Start whatever. Now you're getting a way out to make the money back, right? Now we're gonna work with you on some payment plans and shit like that, and we're actually gonna get our 50 grand back. But now you're in a better position, you know what I'm saying, that you're not struggling and you're not at a location or a job location where you're actually not happy, but you have so many like bills racked up that you're stuck. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're gonna do. If it's 100 grand, we're gonna give you that 100 grand, build the business. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you're a doctor, it's 200 grand, start a private practice. You know, start doing calls, whatever you gotta do. And we're gonna work with you. We want our money back. It's an investment in you. It's an actual investment. Vote for Casey 2026, guys.
You got my vote, America.
America. I'm actually making America great again. I mean, I'm making America great in the first place. So yeah, that's my plan. So I'm already, it's a terrific plan. It's a plan for the people. It's gonna work.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna have to bring that Trump dance into a TikTok. I'm gonna have to turn it into a TikTok trend.
Yeah. We definitely gotta do it. But yeah. Since you brought that up, I wanted to bring it. That's one of my first items on the docket to make sure that we get done in the first 100 days.
Yeah, when we're gonna hire Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Hire Vince McMahon as a subordinate. He can get shit done.
At this point, bro, I'm gonna hire John Cena as my anger translator.
Yeah, you can't see him.
Right now.
Wow.
So, moving on to some more, I guess, lighthearted topics. I wanted to show you guys this one because, we all grew up 90s cartoons, early 2000 cartoons. Either you were like a Nickelodeon kid, you were a Disney kid, or you were a Cartoon Network kid. I was a lot of the three. It really depend on like what show and what era it was at. If it was SpongeBob, you were definitely tapped into Nickelodeon. Disney had, their shit too, but there was nothing like some Cartoon Network, if I could be honest with you, right?
One of one.
Tsunami in their
one-on-one.
Friday night, like you was really locked in. And one of the shows that in my mind I was super always locked into, I gotta pull this up for you guys, was Powerpuff Girls. And if you guys don't know,
I know where this is going.
Oh no!
A live action Powerpuff Girl that was never.
What is this?
Oh, you haven't seen it. You got
Blossom was constantly stressed.
What is it, Deli?
What is this?
Constantly rebellious.
That DEI?
Not dress anymore. It's gender normative and ass ugly.
And Bubbles was constantly drinking. Go get him! And on
Okay.
fateful day, the girls made a fatal error, costing Mojo his life.
Mojo.
In the wake of disaster,
They killed Mojo Jojo.
Blossom ran
Well, they
away.
killed-
Buttercup became a real.
Is Mojo Jojo a person? Was he a person?
Well, she
Okay,
made it
so-
all.
Just for some context, Mojo Jojo is actually Mojo, who's the dad, and then Jojo is the son. So he's no longer just a monkey.
Okay, so they killed two people.
No, they killed Mojo. Jojo
They killed
now-
Mojo.
And Mojo was like the mayor of the town for some reason. I don't know what the fuck that story was.
It's like the new Daredevil.
Yeah, kind of like that.
But terrible.
He's the mayor. His son is Jojo. They kill him by accident. Now his son runs the town type shit. And let me run it back a little bit.
In the wake of disaster, Blossom ran away. Buttercup became a real hero. And Bubbles, well, she made it all the way to Hollywood Boulevard.
Hi.
Whoa!
Everybody wants to talk fake Jesus. Hi.
Well, oops, baby.
The Powerpuff Girls are coming to town tomorrow.
Real life.
Are
The Powerpuff Girls reteaming. Hell no.
This is
Nobody was ever supposed to see this footage. We just got the trailer for the live-action Powerpuff.
that way.
Did you see the Powerpuff Girls trailer? If you haven't already, you might not be able to because Warner Brothers is snatching that thing down. I knew this was going to happen, so I downloaded it.
What? When was this made again? When was this supposed to go out? Is it like recent? Anytime recently?
No, it was made a couple years ago.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because we heard of it, I remember, and it never went out.
It never came out, huh? My thing is, they made Bubbles a streetwalker. Wow. Interesting.
Yeah, it was kind of like life hit him hard, and
But here's my thing: y'all have superpowers. Why would you be a streetwalker?
life hit you
Right?
hard. Like what job do you get with the superpower of blowing cold ice?
She could be a stunt double.
All right, a stunt double, ice cream woman, police officer.
That lady that died on Deadpool.
But they have superpowers now. It's okay.
I don't know, bro.
Could be doing real life VFX.
Be a supervillain? I'd rather be a supervillain than be a streetwalker. I mean, if you're going to tell me if I'm going to have an option, I can fly, super strength, super speed, streetwalker? Sounds like you wanted to do it.
Life is hard. Because the way that they did it. Oh, also Turk is the professor. Turk.
They made the professor black. Oh, that was another thing. Why did they do that? Because now everybody's just going to hate it just because that. Just off that. Made him black. DEI.
It's all over the map. The way that
woke.
they did it,
I don't like this woke stuff.
it's all over the map. And I don't know. It was just kind of funny to me. Ironically, I would have watched it. Ironically enough, I would have definitely watched. I would
give it a chance. I would have given it a chance.
It was super campy. It was super cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
They got everybody's extra powers wrong. I was like, that's not what that person could do. But you know what? Whatever.
Fine.
I would have still tuned in. I feel like they should start doing these more often. Like, what would a real live action Johnny Bravo look like? I need
in jail, because that man was borderline borderline harassment. I mean, real life Johnny Bravo.
Oh, this was gonna be an actual movie. It was Diablo Cody, director of Juno. Do you remember Juno?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, with the girl that's a man now. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Damn. That's
He said, "Yeah, damn."
Yeah, we're not getting Juno 2. We're not getting.
We get Juno 2, buddy boy. But actually, I think you could. It would be interesting. You
I would definitely watch it.
They got to bring Michael Cera back too. Like he has to come back and be like, "Oh, you're a man now."
Yeah. And then he writes a song about it. Used to be a girl, but now you're a man. Walking down the street, like to hold your hand. Hope we don't get trampled by some MAGA voters today. Right? Like I can hear it, bro. Drop 18 million, win an Oscar, like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Sheesh. But yeah, I just thought that was pretty funny.
I hope they release it eventually. Like I don't know.
Oh my god! My thing is,
but people watch it. People actually watch it, bro.
Yeah. Hopefully they didn't give Bubbles a sex scene because then I'll be scarred. My thought is like, wow, they made one of them a streetwalker though. You have superpowers and you're a streetwalker. Use your brain. God.
It's hard out here, bro. This is what I'm saying. This is why niggas need the SBA loan back.
What do you mean? Buttercup got a job. She at least became a firefighter. She got a job. Like you couldn't get a job. Golly.
When you were younger and you were watching Bubbles on Powerpuff Girls, what job do you think she would have grew up to have?
Not S&D, but God.
Do you think she grew up to be a sex worker? You're like,
no, I would have said an actor, maybe artist.
Maybe an actress. I mean, maybe even a teacher or something.
Yeah.
She could have been a teacher.
She loves kids. She seemed like friendly, you know. Buttercup, yeah, she probably would have been not Buttercup. What's the redhead one? Blossom, yeah, she would have been a CEO. Would have been a cutthroat CEO.
That's what I was thinking.
You know, pollute a lake. I don't know, kick kids out of a house, push old women downstairs. Cutthroat.
I mean, she accidentally killed Mojo, so there you go, bro.
I'm surprised they didn't arrest her. But then I'm like, how would they?
She just fled. Maybe that's why they didn't get a real job. She's like, I'm a flee. I'm gonna lead the scene in the crowd. I'm gonna pull a TK. I'm gonna do the race.
Oh wow.
Wow. So moving on to some.
Anyways,
some news that is actually out of this world. All
right.
Into it.
If anybody knows, we got astronauts that came back finally back in March 18th. Their journey was finally over. They spent over 9 months in space. God forbid, if you guys ever got stranded anywhere you didn't want to be for 9 months, that sounds terrible. But they I'm taking a spacewalk, bro.
I'm taking a spacewalk. No rope, no nothing. I'm just going out there. Fuck it. It's like...
Oh God, no. But anyways, here it is right here. I'm gonna show you a quick little video of them coming back into Earth. Unfortunately, they landed in America, so they're stuck. So this is them coming back.
The capsule descended from the Florida sky, bearing its passengers from outer space. Then splashdown. And so the long, strange space odyssey of Sunita Sonny Williams and Barry Butch Wilmore came to an end.
Video quality.
Finally. The journey began last June when the astronauts blasted off.
Again, why do a lot of rockets look like penises? I don't know what that is. Just a giant penis fucking the sky.
Find their capsule en route to the International Space Station. They were supposed to stay on the ISS no more than 10 days, long enough to check out the Starliner's docking abilities. But a series of technical problems with the capsule's thrusters ensued, and NASA determined it would be too risky to fly them home on it. Because of complicated scheduling and the need to keep a minimum number of astronauts aboard the station at all times, they couldn't return right away. So they had to wait, and wait, and wait some more. As they circled endlessly around the Earth, the pair insisted they were not stuck in space, as the global news media kept saying.
And we were a normal country, and they came back, and we're doing this shit.
Yes, imagine that.
Not getting the news. Imagine leaving, and you're just like, oh yeah. They vote in 4 or 5 months, whatever. I'm only leaving for 10 days. I'm gonna be back to vote. I'm gonna be back to kiss my daughter goodnight, this and that. And I come back, and did I land back in 2016?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you say what you want, They came, and everything was fine. Now they came back, and things are shitty now. But, hey, my thought is, couldn't you just land somewhere else? What if you just land, in Canada? And be like, yeah, I'm not coming back. Thank you, pretty much.
What do you think they're gonna do? You think they're gonna hold them and not let them back? They're like, niggas, come and get these niggas. We don't want them here, bro. We don't want none of y'all niggas over here right now.
Well, now since they spent 9 months in space, they have to go through some intense PT physical therapy. They lost bone mass. If you look at one of the pictures, one of the ladies looked like she aged 10 years just for being up there for 9 months. It was ridiculous. Yeah. I think the worst.
Actually, if you look at pictures from us from when we did our test pilot of the OTD podcast,
right
now we look exactly the same, nigga. We look exactly the same, bro. That shit is killing us.
Aged, yes. yes, indeed. I think the worst part is that they had to come back in a Elon Musk rocket. That sucked. I would hate to be in a SpaceX. SpaceX had to bring them back, Uber, SpaceX, call Elon Musk on the burp phone, burp, burp, chirp, chirp. Hey, Elon, pick me up. I'm out here stuck. I'm like, ask you this. If you were stuck in space and you only had to call Elon Musk, the only person to help you, would you call him?
I would take the spacewalk. I would take the spacewalk, bro. I don't understand what nobody's understanding. The spacewalk.
My thought is, can I just get a parachute and jump out? Did that work?
I see the direction of the Earth. I'm gonna just aim and go
eyeball it.
I've seen videos of niggas from Red Bull go
right
free fall. What's the difference right now?
What's the difference?
Let me do it, bro. If not, I still died legendary.
Yeah.
That nigga was a comet in the sky. However, I do want to point out some things because just kind of piggybacking off of your topic, mine on top of that was space is stupid as fuck. Space is stupid. And I say that because, one, you see how that lady came back. She looked crazy, bro. She like the Crypt Keeper when she came back. No offense, ladies out there. She looked like the Crypt Keeper. She looked half dead, right? And there are reasons why space is stupid. I'm following this one person online, and they were talking about some of the issues that people don't think about when they're thinking about space. Because we're always thinking like, oh my God, Interstellar, all these cool movies, how it must really be. But like, you're just trapped inside like a metal tube up there, just floating, right? Mm-hmm. So I got a couple points for you guys. First of all, there's no ventilation or cleaning, right? So that means you can't open the windows or clean properly.
Open the windows.
You know, like you got. You ever be you be cleaning? You be like, oh, let me open the window, get a cool little breeze in here.
Oh, you'll get a breeze, all right. Oh, yeah. Your last one.
So there's no cleaning that shit, right? Mm-hmm. So everything stays in the station. Like
everything's recycled.
Farts, sneezes, coughs, loose hair. The walls are sticky from like the accumulated grime. So that video when you showed like they were coming onto it and niggas was giving them that, them niggas is dirty. Them niggas haven't showered. Nigga, get the fuck off me. I smell.
They get a wet rag. You know, you get a wet rag. A little
9 months. 9 months of wet ragging it.
Some people don't even use rags.
Okay, thank you. So all of that, plus the horrible smells, because them niggas, like I said. They need antihistamines to stay clean. They need this. They're farting. Everything is just floating in the air. I'm just floating through niggas' farts and shit like that, right? The toilets constantly break, apparently. So that's a whole nother issue. And you got to poop and pee in bags. You know you smell that shit if you poop in a bag. You know, and you just
it's not the smelling it; it's the cleaning up part because you know some of it got on their hands. See what
I'm talking about, bro.
But let me ask you this: pose this question: would you go to space in a space station for 9 months, or would you be in a submarine for 9 months?
That's a good one.
I would just walk off the planet, bro.
So he knows death.
I'm walking off the planet, bro. I'm walking off the planet. There's no what. You want me
submarine?
To be submersible or you want
underwater? Yes.
I'll do the submarine, I think.
Submarine! Oh, yeah. God, no. That's hella death. That's super death. Like, you can't even, like, play with it. Like, it's not like, at least space, I feel like they can come and rescue you. They're not coming to rescue you in the bottom of the ocean, buddy. Like, they are not coming for you.
That's true. If they lose track of you, yeah.
It's over, buddy. Like, you saw what happened to the, that submersible little rich people billionaire thing. Like, they're not coming to get you.
Yeah, if that's the case, then yeah, then I don't know.
They lost you in the ocean?
Ocean? Like, you hear the creaking of the water? Just oh my God. Fuck it. I'll take the space. Open the window. I'll take a deep breath. I'll take a deep breath. Fuck it.
Take the space walk.
I'll take the space walk.
Take the space walk. Like, high key, as soon as I would have floated in from my spacecraft into that smelly fart box, I'm leaving, nigga.
Opens the door behind him. Get me out of here.
I'm okay. Like, oh, y'all niggas was hotboxing in here. What the fuck?
Hey, right? Hey, if you come over there and just, chief one real quick, hey, you be out there crazy. You'll go everywhere.
Bro. Plus, you ain't got no room. It's too much. It's too much going on in the space station for me personally. True. I need my own cabin. I'm gonna need my own space, bro.
Oh, space is limited. Everybody's sharing food.
What do you mean? I'm smelling Jeremy's fart from 3 days ago. It's just floating around in the room, just passing by. You're like, whose was that, bro?
One thing I learned about space is there's this thing called a carbon dioxide cloud that could happen if you when you lay down and you breathe carbon dioxide. Since, you're in space, it just floats around you. And what could happen is a carbon dioxide bubble could form around you and you would die.
That's nigga. It would suffocate you.
Yeah, suffocate you because, you're breathing out. It's not going anywhere. It's just literally forming a bubble around you. So if you don't move around or if you don't let the air move, it could kill you.
What Prometheus shit is this, bro?
So that's why they got to make sure the air circulation thing is always on. Because, you could choke on your own exhale. Talk about waiting to exhale.
Do they bring oxygen with them?
No, the oxygen recycles in the ISS. But if it breaks down, if everything breaks down, if it breaks down, you could, choke on your own breath.
Here's the thing. If it breaks down, right? Here's the thing. There's 6 niggas up there, right? If it breaks down, they're like, oh my God, we're losing oxygen. Da, da, da. The thing is, they always have a space like shuttle that's ready to go that can come to Earth.
Right.
But it has only seats for 4 niggas. We gotta fight. We gotta fight to the death, I think. Something gotta happen, because you're telling me the whole time they was up there, this is what like they were talking about in the news. The whole time they was up there, they could have came back down. There's multiple times they could have came back down, but there's not enough seats to hold it way that the schedule and the rotation. I don't know who made it. They gonna say it was a DEI hire. I know that.
Yeah.
But you're telling me the whole time there's a car in the garage and we could have left, but there's not enough seats. I don't mind sitting on somebody's lap. Somebody can sit on my lap. We double it up and make it back to Earth. You telling me the whole time I could have made it back home? You see how crazy that lady looked?
Yeah, she looked like like you said, the Crypt Keeper. All I gotta say is hope she has a good life insurance policy, because I can imagine that would take some years off your life right there, being in space for that amount of time. I would hate to be in her position. That's a long time to be around. And on top of that,
packing for a 10-day cruise and being on that bitch for 9 months, bro. I brought like a few pairs of underwear.
right? Because I don't think they have washing machines in space.
They don't have washing machines, bro. They wear them until they're dirty and then they incinerate them. This is what I'm talking about. The nigga giving a nigga the dap and shit. Get the fuck off me, your dirty ass, bro. How long you been up in here, bro?
Right. You wash your hands, man.
Nigga, what? Like, I give this nigga a high five. Our hands are like sticking together. What the fuck, bro?
No.
What's that stain on your shirt? Oh, I ate spaghetti 3 weeks ago. Be for real, bro. I can't do it. I'm okay on space. But one last thing I want to say is they do got rats also on the space station, which is crazy. But going from those rats up there to some rats or mice down here, Jesus, what is our next topic? What are we talking about here?
Yeah, we were discussing like the budgets that have been cut already, and one of the funniest things I think that happened, and you guys might have seen this already, but is the budget that Trump wanted to cut for this particular reason. Let me share the screen with you. My screen with you. Have you seen this one?
Let me see. What you talking about here, Willis?
Yeah, it's muted right now. Boom. Oh, at the bottom, yeah, right there. Yeah.
Let me refresh and
In mice, transgender.
8 million.
This is real.
No, it's not. It's transgenic mice, not transgender mice. How about learning to fucking read first? What would transgender mice even be? You imagine it's just like a bunch of scientists in the lab yelling at the mice going, what are your pronouns? Tell me your pronouns. Literally one of the stupidest things I've ever heard, because transgenic mice have nothing to do with gender. At the most basic level, transgenic mice are essentially mice that have been genetically modified to study important things like cancer and diabetes and Alzheimer's. Transgenic mice are actually a pretty revolutionary improvement in the long-standing system of testing things on animals before we test them on humans. And this particular $8 million grant that he was referring to is for the University of Cincinnati to study how genes and environment interact. Again, literally nothing to do with gender. So Don, either you and your MAGA counterparts literally can't read, or you're trying to get your base all angry about something that never actually happened. Both are plausible, but I'm going to bank on the lie.
$8 million for making mice transgender.
This is why I'm okay with segregation.
Wow. He said Ohio had the best education system, and that was the University of Cincinnati. Where's Cincinnati located in? If anybody don't realize?
That's
in Ohio.
I'm just kind of like,
wow.
This is his, wait, so he had the great education that y'all trying to get back to? The man don't know how to read. The man don't know how to read. Remember
so
when they
funny.
came from Britain and they gave him the letter and they were like, "Oh, the king wants you to read it," and he looked at it and says, "That's a very nice letter. That's a Let me see if it has his signature. It's right here. That's a very nice letter." And then he goes, "Would you like to read it for the people so they know what they say?" Nigga, you can't read. You can't read. Context clues. Nothing makes sense to you, bro. You just hear words and run off. Transgender mice.
Trans. I heard the word trans.
Why? What would the transgender mice be doing? And on top of that, at what point in their life did they go from like, "Oh, I'm just looking for cheese and peanut butter," to like, I don't feel like a he anymore.
The funniest for me is that when he says it, everybody laughs at him, and he's like, "It's real." Let me
And
share
they
with you.
believe it. And they believe it too. He's like, "It's real." They're like, "Yes, it is. We heard our president say it."
What the hell would transgender mice even be?
That's what I'm saying.
For making mice transgender.
Is that a laugh track?
Yeah,
Like,
no.
What is that?
It's not. It's not.
It's
It's not a laugh track. No.
Wow.
That's what happened.
The utter sheer stupidity.
Jesus, bro. It's also the eyebrow raise. He's like, transgender mice. Like he thought he ate. Niggas was like, "Oh shit.
Whoa. I got him.
My taxes have been going to transgender mice." Oh my god, bro. We need to start writing for the Onion.
Oh man, boy, oh boy! I'm like, come on, you're not even trying right now, man. You're not even trying, man. You can't say trans anything in skateboarding, right? In skateboarding, if you jump from one ramp to another, they usually call it a transfer, right? I'm pretty sure he would ban that move and just call it a fur.
I love tranny skaters. I love tranny skaters. Bro.
Tranny skaters are great, right?
I love tranny skaters, and now he's gonna
Can't
be like,
can't say that.
The skateboarders are wearing dresses and they're skateboarding, and that's not okay. So what we're doing is we're making male only skateboard ramps and female only skateboard ramps. And if you pop over, if you Jesus airwalk from this ramp to that ramp, you will be going to jail. Well, I'm sorry, this is just what we're doing.
Yo, he's gonna give everybody who does transfers like 1, 2s,
right?
Ban them. DEI moves.
He's got fucking ice at the skate park rounding niggas up.
Right.
That was a transfer.
Right. The only skate moves you're allowed to do are Christ air. Only those are allowed, sir. You better not do Muhammad air because we don't do that.
I love it, bro. Okay. All right. So one more thing we wanted to talk about this week. I don't know if you've seen, or I don't think you've seen this at least. I saw this and I thought this was pretty funny when you're thinking about how much people make. Now, a while ago, I think it was me and Jeremy were talking about that one OF creator who made like 43 million last year or whatever. And he was telling me about how sometimes that's somebody's entire like NBA contract or whatever, but she made it in 1 year, you know what I'm saying? So she's doing what niggas in the NBA, NFL are doing out here. And
breaking their bodies for her, and she's just breaking her pussy.
And I came across this article in Sherwood, and they were talking about the Super Bowl, real sport, versus the Madden Bowl, which is, I guess, Madden's version of the Super Bowl type shit, right?
Really?
And the winner gets like $250K for his earnings, right?
Mm-hmm.
And an individual player of the actual Super Bowl only makes $80K.
Damn.
For the winning team. Is that not crazy to you, or am I tripping?
I'm not gonna lie. Y'all in the wrong gig right there. $80K just to break your body, but I can make $250,000 just playing a video game. Yeah.
In one game, bro. One match. Me, you, Jesus, get the crew on there, whatever. I'm talking about in one game. one of us makes 250K. Meanwhile, we've been playing the whole season going and the winning team only makes 80K per player.
But is that every player? Like, because I think, like, almost every sport, this is also a popularity thing. So, like, the most, like, well-known players.
You still have your individual contract. So, like, if you're, like, the quarterback, and
right,
your name, you're making more individually, right? But you get paid to play.
The incentive. I see what you mean. Yeah.
For that one game, you're making 80K, like, for playing in the Super Bowl. But, like, if somebody is at home, like, if your son, you have a son, he's playing the Madden Bowl the same day you're playing the Super Bowl. Technically, that day, he's the man of the house because that nigga made more than you did.
Hey, if my son pulling $250,000, I'm like, hey, man, you got it, son. You got it.
Shit.
He's doing something right.
That was funny. I thought that was funny because I'm like,
hey, I'm Haitian. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take that money and say, I'll pay you back. I got you.
I'm going to put it in your college SBA fund.
Yeah, bon l'argent, oui. Let me give like a few dollars. I'll pay you back.
Yeah, so I thought that was interesting. And then I think, so I do have a hot take for this week. I know a lot of us been traveling, we've been doing everything. And Jeremy brought this up, I think.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty funny. Like, Spirit is kind of first class now, if you think about it.
Right, Spirit got first class now. Yes, Spirit. Yeah, Spirit's first class is actually worth it. If you ever noticed, Spirit, I'm pretty sure it's a new program. And the thing about it, one is as cheap or as the price wise as a United or any other airline. So you can, if you want a regular seat at a regular like a Southwest, or you want first class Spirit, you're better off first class Spirit. Why?
Wait. You know niggas ain't flying Southwest anymore since they rolled.
Oh yeah. Actually, don't fly Southwest. My bad.
I'm curious though. What first?
What do you
class
get?
Spirit is?
Oh, okay. So one, you get a regular chair. Whatever that means. First class.
That's what I was thinking. It's a regular seat. Like that'll be first class.
But here it is. This is what you get. Drum roll.
Let's go.
More space. And that right there, leg space, is prime. Because one, they cut the middle. They put like a partition there. So there's just you. And then there's like the third row. You know how the middle row is nobody in there?
Wait. So you're telling me there's not three people, it's two people, and in the middle it's cut off, or like how does it work?
It has like has a partition, like two cup holders that occupies the seat. So you pretty much have like elbow room. You got more leg room, and since there's not a third person there, you can kind of swivel your legs to the left or right, so you can stretch out a little bit.
A swivel on a Spirit flight?
No, not the chair. Your body.
Not a swivel, but I'm like the fact that you can even move on a
Spirit
flight.
You can move like that. Yeah, you can like just readjust yourself. Get some space in there. It's great. I'm not gonna lie. And this is underrated. Priority seating, because imagine every time you go on a flight, right? You do the hustle and bustle. Everybody's just standing in line and trying to put your bags up and all that stuff. Now, this time you get to go in first. It's not a line, and you get just to put your bags and sit down and watch everybody scramble to put their bags up and everything. It's great, especially if you don't like children, because children flying with children, terrible. But Spirit first class, underrated, buddy. Spirit's coming up, man. Spirit might be the new what's a good premium airline, like United or Delta? Spirit might be the new Delta in 10 years. Don't sleep on it.
I'm gonna say this. He's right about some of the first class stuff that they offer when you're talking about budget flying, because I do the same thing with Frontier. I've been doing the same thing with Frontier because they have some direct flights from places, and the first class ticket is like a normal ticket, even on Spirit, like a normal Spirit ticket or a normal Delta, whatever. And you do get on early, which is great. You do get to watch the brokies go to the back. You're like, don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
Don't touch my bag.
You got your shit downloaded on your phone, so you're ready to go. You're like watching it down. You're listening to shit. It's a whole little vibe. You know, treat yourself where you can. You don't gotta go crazy, but treat yourself where you can. Upgrade where you can. It makes sense.
Yes,
I'm with Jeremy on that.
And what about prices? Is it the same as a regular ticket or no? Because
no,
that would be worth it.
It's the same as a regular ticket on a different airline. Like if you would go to like United or something, it would be the same as like a regular ticket.
Then that's worth it. I would say, like the priority boarding. I mean, per se, it's a game changer. Yeah,
game changer. You're not stressed. You're not bumping into people. You're not smelling farts. You're like, hey man, you brokey, dusty brokies. I am trying to sit down and watch my phone while you guys scramble and find a seat. Matter of fact, don't sit next to me because I bought the next seat over there, so I got this whole row. Go away.
Exactly. Because here's the thing. With it, since you're on first and you're on early, you be throwing your bags up. You're real relaxed. You got the seat leaned back, the like arm space and all that shit. I remember my first time on Frontier. I'm like, this is what Frontier first class is. It's more room. It's nothing crazy, but the little things add up, right? And then you watch the niggas go to the back, and they're like, there's no more space in this overhead. Let me walk back a couple spots and put it in, and then try to walk back to my chair. You're not doing none of that. You're not doing none of that. Get your broke ass off of me. Get your broke ass off of me. Discount middle seat having nigga.
Yeah. Get out of here. You probably from Ohio.
Yeah. But yeah, that's our hot take for this week. We wanted to talk about.
Don't sleep on Spirit first class, guys. Get Spirit.
Also, another great thing. Spirit's one of the only airplanes companies that haven't had any of these crazy ass crashes or whatever. Like, so not only are you paying for more room, you're paying just to actually make it there.
That's important.
It's important, right? Yeah. Like, you just actually make it. Hey, it's worth it. So, thanks again, guys, for tuning in to another episode of the OTD podcast. Of course, every Thursday we're trying to put out videos and shit. Thank you guys for your patience last week. Make sure you're following us everywhere. OTD Pod for the win. FTW. Got your boy Black Tim Cook in the building. Young Jeremy Jones. Young Jesusito in the building. Young Christopher Nolan. Young Michael Bay. Young Oscar winner. You know,
Guillermo del Toro. There you go. Guillermo.
Got a couple Oscars under his belt already. We're doing our shit. And of course, I'm your boy PS Angel Baby, guys. Make sure you tune in next week for another video, and Lolita will be back. So
we miss her.
We do.
Yeah. This one goes out to you, Lolita. And yeah, we'll see you.
Peace.